Well, hello everybody, and welcome to what I believe is January 5th, 2025. Here is episode 4 of the year, and I believe it's probably, well, I recorded a Animal Crossing style video not style video last night because it wasn't completely an episode, um, but I record some footage from that game. So, hello everybody, and welcome back to another one of these. Welcome back to another one on January 5th, 2025. Here at about 9:05 p.m. So here in my recording studio, my room. Hello everybody, and welcome to another round of me yakking to the telephone. It's been. So it's been almost a full day since I've recorded one of these. Actually, since it's been recorded a full 24 hours since I recorded one of these. So thought I'd give you guys another one. So we are currently, we're 5 days in.
42 days of data, multiple QR codes.
Didn't need that. So I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos. 5 videos were about, because my other one was the Animal Crossing one where I do a little coffee. If you guys watch that, it's pretty cool. If you go into Brewster's, Animal Crossing New Horizons, if you go into Brewster's place called The Roost, it's kind of funny because he's an owl. They call it The Roost since he's an owl. Get it? Because most owls roost somewhere in a barn. Get it? Roost, and coffee. It's where people go. Rooster. That sort of thing. So I thought I'd deliver you guys more car news because more car news for this year because you guys, I kind of made sure that I wanted to make this all car content-y. So I wanted to talk to you guys about something that's also been on my mind for a long time, and it has been for many weeks and months. So I am going to reveal my so I'm going to reveal that. So I'm going to reveal some things. Since now we're in 2024, 2024 is done, 2025 is over. I want to give my, some things that I'm looking forward to this year. Cars, racing, and stuff like that. So I'm definitely looking forward to the IMSA season coming up because IMSA WeatherTech is set to commence in T-minus like 3 weeks time. It's going to commence. The Rolex 24 is, actually today's the 5th. The Rolex 24 is the 27th, so it's about 22 days time. So almost it's almost 3 weeks. That will be happening on Saturday through Sunday. I think it's the 26th through the 27th. The 27th of January. So I'm very excited about IMSA racing this year. I'm super excited this year for all the action that's going to be around. New teams, new cars, new drivers, new everything. So I wanted to talk about some of the things that have recently come up into IMSA. Some stories that have come that I've been reading on Sports Car 365, and I kind of want to elaborate on them a little bit. One is on Racer.com through Sports Car 365. One of them I want to elaborate on is that IMSA is welcoming Pratt and Miller into the LMP2 category. So Pratt and Miller will have cars running in GTD Pro, GTD, and also LMP2. So they just unveiled delivery for the LMP2 Pratt and Miller car. It's a silver with a yellowish gold color on it. It's got the Pratt and Miller logos and stuff like that, and it's supposed to be a stepping stone, I think, for people who want to jump into either a Cadillac or or want to start at Corvette racing and want to jump up to the LMP2 and then jump up to the Cadillac at some point. So I think it's going to be more of a stepping stone of the classes. So it wouldn't be too. And this works for somebody who is a gentleman driver, somebody who wants to be in GTD and also wants to be in LMP2, but can't be in GTP or GTD Pro because of their licensing and their status in the FIA, which is platinum, gold, which I believe is platinum, gold, bronze, silver, gold. So it's platinum, gold, silver, bronze, and they all have different levels, certain requirements, and stuff like that. Do I think it's going to be cool that they have that edition this year? I think it's going to be amazing. I think it's a really cool addition to what will be coming. The other thing is, if you guys didn't catch the last episode that I did, we also have some changes at the top of GTP. One change for GTP is there's going to be a switch of cars and manufacturers. So there's going to be the return of Mike Shank to Acura, and Wayne Taylor is going to go back to General Motors, and that's going to be with the Cadillac program. I also think, and I think AWA Racing, the one who races the Corvettes and GTD, are going to be with a new livery coming up in 2025. Coming up this year, 2025. That's going to be an interesting one. So there's a lot of this year 2025 actually has the best chance to be a really good season because Cadillac now has more firepower, and they will kind of need that because both Acura and Cadillac will be wanting to take a shot at taking Penske off the top step of the podium and the championship trophy, which they swept this year, which was great for Penske. But now it puts a huge marker and a huge kind of it puts a huge bullseye on his back now. So I'm looking forward to those battles as well. And also the Aston Martin Valkyrie is also going to be participating. One little news tidbit that I have picked up in the last couple of days, and the last week or the last couple of days, is that the car during the Daytona test was a little too quiet. So I think what's going to happen is the owner, Ian James, is going to try to get dispensation from IMSA and the World Endurance Championship to uncork the motor a little bit and take the muffler and the silencer off and straight pipe it so that they can get more sound so that you can hear the engine. They're gonna have to do this in a way because they gotta they might be lacking power. Maybe they're looking to increase the torque or something, or power or something like. maybe they're getting the engine to try to breathe a little bit better. All these, all these teams are trying to get this unfair advantage, and they're trying to figure out. They're trying to figure out, how to make the car go faster. But I think it's more for the fan. I think they were saying this is going to be more for the fans, so they can hear the car. But I think there's going to be a bit of a performance gain. The reason why I say that is because when I listened to the Aston Martin DBR9 at Lime Rock back in 2000 and back in 2008, 2009, and then I watched the V12 Vantage in 2014, 2015, and 2017, 2018. Doctor Who's playing in the background. So, um, so, so yeah. When I heard these cars, especially in 2011, when I heard the Lola Aston Martin that Muscle Picker Racing had, they didn't have quite the sound. You could hear the car on its own during the warm up, but you couldn't really hear anything because it was kind of silent, and that's because of track limits. Even though they should let this thing ring, I'm hoping that they get dispensation for this, and so we can actually hear the engine, because the engine's a little bit muffled because the car had to get. Because the reason why I say this is because if you guys don't remember my talk about 2 episodes ago about the Magma rule, but the Genesis Magma racing, you guys will know that the cars have to be detuned and limited to a certain amount of power depending on what motors they have. So, as I said, if a V12 engine so let's say they put a V12 engine from a Ferrari in one of these things, car makes about in a Ferrari V12 makes about anywhere from 700 to 800 to 900 horsepower, maybe 1,000, depending on what hybrid system it has. They could not run that engine the way it was. What they would have to do is they would have to detune it, make it rev less, and then they'd have to ditch the hybrid system because they couldn't. If they wanted to use the hybrid system in LMH or in GTP, they would need to have a spec system, and they would need to be at that 670 horsepower limit. So I just want to, and I've heard on YouTube videos, and he's sort of right. It is muffled, and it's sort of right. It is muffled. So Aston Martin. Valkyrie, because it's an amazing sounding car, but the car has to obviously be limited. No, accept all, please. So stock has 1,040. if you guys haven't seen a photo of an Aston Martin Valkyrie, it basically looks like a spaceship, and it does, and it performs like one. Apparently, people say. Not certified for the U.S. Well, of course it isn't. So what they've had to do is they've had to take a 6.5 liter Cosworth V12, RA Cosworth V12. Car has 1,040 horsepower, and then it has another whatever for its. So some specifications for it. So this is off Wikipedia, but this is probably on every other website known to man. So it's a 6.5 liter V12 Cosworth, produces 1,000 horsepower, but also has the boost from the hybrid system, the curve system, where 1,060, and you can use that for overtake on Gran Turismo and stuff. The RPM limit is 10,500, and the red line is 1,100 and 100 RPM. My guess is that they probably can't do that. So, and the weight for this car was announced at 1,030 kilograms, which was supposed to be the hypercar limit. Although it's been, although the AMR Pro has about 1,100, and it has about 1,300 depending because of the curve system. So what they've had to do is they probably had to limit the rev limit. They've had to take the car from 1,000 horsepower. They've had to ditch the hybrid system. They're not using it, and they've had to scale about. I'll just ask Siri. Siri, what's 1,000 minus 700? So they've had to cut about 300 between 300 and 330 horsepower out of this motor. So that means it's going to rev less. It's not going to be at full chat. It's probably not going to be at 10,000 RPM. It's probably not going to top at 11. It's probably, my guess is, with that rev limit and with the way most cars are revving right now, the highest any GTP and car is revving right now is about 9,500. So my guess is they're probably going to have to detune that somewhere around 8,000 to 8,000, 8,000. Maybe the higher limit would be 9,000 RPM. They're not going to be able to have it that high because the car will be useless having all of that extra. So the rev limit will be a lot lower. The rev limit will probably be at, I'm going to say, between 8,000 and 9,000 RPM, because it's not a big motor, and it probably doesn't need, and with that horsepower range, it doesn't need a heck of a lot to rev, because it can obviously do with its size. The other thing is it's probably down on power because they've had to strip so much power out of it. So they probably are down to 670, but they probably want to get to the 700 that they're allowed. They're allowed up to 520 kilowatt hours, which is like 700, which is almost 700 horsepower. So they're probably doing this for two reasons. One, to make the thing sound good, but that's the latent function. That's the primary function. That's the primary function of the whole thing. But the latent function is to give it more power. So there's always a primary function, always a latent function. So that one thing I learned in That's one thing you learn in sociology classes. There's always a primary function and a latent function. Like the primary function, of being in college. The primary is the primary. He was telling us some joke about the primary function, about how, being able to learn how to, being taught to learn and build your skills and actually earn a degree. But latent function, you're here to find your future footing, maybe your future significant other, which he found. So, but thanks for professional chat for that one. Do heartedly, I got a B plus out of that class. Got a B plus out of that class, but still good. But yeah, everything has a primary function and a latent function. So you guys just learned one thing. You guys learned about primary function. You learned about latent functions today. So obviously, the primary function is to obviously. Well, actually, I think their latent function should be to get more power, but their primary function is probably to get more sound. But their primary function is to get more power out of the engine, probably. But that's just it could be either or. Maybe, whatever. But yeah, there's always a primary function and a latent function. So you guys learned a little bit of sociology today, along with engine parameters. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that engine screaming at Watkins Glen this year. So and such like that. So so I think the Royals is going to be taking part either next week or the week after, and I will catch you guys. I'll catch you guys later, I guess. So I thought I'd talk a little bit more about racing and some of the things that are going to be happening. I will try to upload gameplay for Gran Turismo tomorrow sometime. I don't have to go to the Mac and stuff like that, but I will upload Gran Turismo gameplay, I think next week, tomorrow. So Panzer Porsche, maybe, I don't know, or maybe to do something else. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. Maybe I'll do GTA. I don't know. Maybe I'll record GTA tonight and upload it tomorrow. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I certainly did. Let's go racing, folks. Tomorrow I will upload another one of these. I'll upload episode number 5, and I think we'll have like 6 episodes, 6 videos for the year, folks. Already 6 videos in 5 days. Perfect. I'll see you guys, and let's keep 2025 going strong. This is a great start. Don't go away, folks. I'll be back tomorrow with 2 videos. Have a good day.